What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, we are doing another Set 15 VOD review of my own gameplay, of course, because, I mean, who's got VODs out there? I guess I could look for... Nah, I'm not doing that, man. We're watching my own gameplay. I brought the speed down a little bit, because I always forget. When it's a new set, it is good to have it be a little bit slower, so I still got a 1.5 speed. We're not going to watch it on, like, you know, the full 1.x speed, but, 1.x speed, am I okay? But at least we'll slow it down a bit. So start off here, we got Ziggs, who is the crew. I do consider thinking about playing the crew here. Oh, also this is, I get rid of this. Oh, I turned my face cam on for this one. That's good. That's gonna be my, that was an LP tracker that I created and then never used for stream. But look, I'm gonna use that next set too. Well, little tiny preview that you get there. The crew is a really cool trait. I don't actually end up really playing it this game, but this is a very cool trait where it stars up, the trait goes from like 1 crew, 2 crew, 3 crew, 4 crew by just how many 3 stars you have, not actually how many you field. So the idea is you get 3-star units. This allows you to get more 3-star units. The crew has a really weird, for once you hit your first 3-star, it says you no longer, the odds of you hitting a crew unit no longer goes down as you push levels. So it's like a reroll trait that wants you to push levels. It's wild, but didn't get a game of it today. So we got something very special though. You saw at the start of the game. This is a prismatic lobby, and you will see in a second what we take. It is a very, very fun one. So new augment here, Protagonist. Gain a random 1-cost champion augment, a 1-cost champion augment, a 2-star copy, a completed item anvil, and you get a copy of the champion at the start of every turn. So it literally just says, you are playing this hero augment, here's your champion here, you're gonna guaranteed hit your unit 3-star, maybe even 4-star, here's an anvil. I love this augment, so I saw this and I was like, I gotta take this. It just seems like so cool. Just locks you in to, you know, a 1-cost reroll line. My other options are like kind of meh here. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna take this. This guy took I love this one as well, by the way. There should be one at every single cost. They said silver and gold for sure on the stream, but I mean, there's a prismatic one here. It gives you a random prismatic and 8 gold. So they got mess hall, which is a very interesting one where after 12 seconds, your units throw food at the enemy and deal magic damage so that scales off of AD. So it's an interesting one that kind of like changes your damage threshold, your damage type. So we hit Kennan here, which is really good for us off of the Protagonist, because we already had a Kennan too. So we're already 6 Kennans, and Kennan's hero augment has 9,000 volts. Your strongest Kennan becomes a ranged marksman. He throws piercing shurikens that can stun and deal true damage. So it's kind of, that's his Q in League, I believe, where he just throws the shuriken. But in TFT, I'm pretty sure in League it can get blocked. In TFT, it cannot get blocked here. Throw it onto him, and I immediately see we have one that literally scales with, it is a late game reroll augment, gain ability power permanently increased every 2 takedowns. So I'm like, I must take this. And then I think we read Kennan's ability in a second here, because yeah, we read this. And it's an interesting, so first of all, he gets this passive where his autos deal bonus magic damage, and then yeah, he throws 2 shurikens, they'll deal magic damage, and they continue to fly through units so they can go straight to backline and the first enemy stunned. And so I'm like, you know what? I have a Guinsoo's Rage Blade. Let's just slam Guinsoo's here. Let's make Gunblade as well, because we can scale up this Guinsoo, just play for a longer fight here. We also have all of these protectors here who can just be solid frontline. And yeah, this is the game plan from here. It is a Kennan reroll game using this setup, and I'm trying to figure out what to play on the rest of the board, because Kennan, he's actually a triple trait unit, right? He's Protector, which is just, you know, this frontline trait, pretty straightforward. He is Supreme Cell, which we talked a little bit about in the last VOD. It's really important to actually get Supreme Cell in for Kennan, ideally. And yeah, you can see I'm going to start team planning all this stuff out. And he's also a Sorcerer, which is this kind of generic gain AP trait, but I think this is actually a reprint of previous Sorcerer, where when they kill a unit, they kind of explode to a unit next to them and deal some of their damage to, so, you know, I'm trying to figure out, okay, like what Sorcerer do I fit in? I mean, you know, when it's early on in the set, it's so hard to figure out all this kind of stuff, but you can see my Kennan's a beast here, and I'm gaining 1 Kennan per round. It's not like one of these other ones where you have to wait a little while. You legit get 1 per round, so I'm going to be Kennan 3 very soon, which I am very excited about, and I can start like pushing levels. Yeah, I mean, the spot is looking nice here. Yeah, here's Protector, by the way. It's one of those ones where you gain durability while shielded, and then they shield themselves and an ally. So different from Vanguards because they shield to an ally as well, where Vanguards were a little bit more selfish, but kind of like a team a more team-based Vanguard. Well, we get 4 Protector in here, and I'm thinking, okay, I do have the Supreme Cell here, which we showed off last video, but if you guys didn't catch last video here, hovered over, the cell who dealt the most damage last combat is the Supreme, and then when they die, it jumps to the next cell, the Supreme cells gain damage amp, or all the cells gain damage amp, but the Supreme cell gains more, and he executes enemies under 10%. I feel like this is quite important for somebody like Kennan, who's throwing all these shurikens out. You can just randomly hit somebody with a shuriken and end up executing them, so I'm like, I definitely need to keep Supreme Cell in here. I also have this Swain here who could be a sorcerer. Oh, this set is so cool. I can't wait. PBE on Tuesday, guys. Remember, PBE is going to be on Tuesday. They have already announced this, so only a couple days. You can watch all your content, get excited, read all the traits and stuff, and then jump into PBE. Or, I mean, honestly, if you're one of those people who just jump straight into PBE without like looking at all the traits, and you're just gonna like watch my videos and go into PBE, I'll do my best to prepare you guys. But I mean, it's pretty fun to just go in almost blind. Watch a few of my videos, get a sense for what's around, and then just kind of send it. I think is a very fun way to do it. So yeah. Looking ideally for another Kennan item here, I'm like, Rod seems solid. I could just build something out of Rod. I don't end up getting it, so I'm like, okay, well then I guess I'll just take this bow here for maybe go for like another attack speed item, maybe go for like a Void Staff or something, just go full on attack speed. I mean, on hit attack speed is a pretty good bonus here, and boom, there's our Kennan 3 out of the Protagonist here. And I mean, our dream this game's to go for Kennan 4, right? 18 rounds from now, we will have a Kennan 4, which is far, but not, not impossible to get to. So that is our new dream at this point, is find that Kennan 4 and also just continue our win streak here, because a Kennan 3, 2 items. Dude, I feel like I'm going to be taking this augment so much, just because it's so cool just to get that direction. It's so much tempo as well, right? The fact that it gives you a full item is fantastic. Like, it just means, because like, who can beat my Kennan 3 this stage? Like, it's completely unreasonable to beat a hero augment Kennan this stage. I will say it is one of those augments that's great right now, but it should fall off a cliff, right? We are in a Prismatic lobby, and our Prismatic is essentially like a very weak econ augment here. It's giving us 1 gold per round, and then we're playing around a silver augment as our kind of real augment. You do get the full item though, so that's a nice kind of bonus for you. But yeah, like theoretically, this should fall off a cliff late game, because other people who take something like this Wandering Trainer, who has a bunch of like extra traits that they can play for, or some insane econ augment that gives them way more econ than Protagonist, you can see why you would fall off a bit late game, maybe more than a bit even. So we'll see what the late game looks like. We do find a set in our shop, which doesn't really do anything. We're not playing around Soul Fighters or Juggernauts, but I mean, always cool to find a 4 cost here. That guy's worth the wait GP, which I feel like Reroll is going to be so fun this set because of all the power-ups. It will unlock certain like builds for champions, or it'll just straight up make your unit more powerful. I mean, I don't know. I think they did a great job with this set mechanic. I'm so hyped for it. Gonna sell off a lot of this stuff, but we can't really make gold here, so we just have to kind of chill here. And then I'm looking at what to make here, and I'm like, well, I could make a Nashers, but that almost seems like just too much attack speed at that point. Guinzu's Nashers seems pretty mediocre here. And Void Staff does give us MR Shred. We don't actually have any magic resist shred on this board here. So I'm like, okay, Void Staff seems solid. We can leave Belt open for either a tank item or like a heal cut item. And then we have this glove open for another kind of like tank, potentially tank item, and like Steadfast Heart, I think is the dream here. So yeah, we're going to slam the Void Staff here. And I mean, the most important thing is getting 3 items onto our 3-star, right? This Kennan is huge here. The Gunblade, it doesn't have great synergy with the Protectors. You would want this more with like a Bastion frontline. But still, I mean, making your tanks survive longer is never bad, especially when you have a pretty big tank trait. All right, another Prismatic augment here, which is interesting. I don't really love any of these that much. Protector Circlet, I mean, I guess you can play I think I was looking more at just Coronation here, get another unit in, get an item, seems pretty decent. I'm like, yeah, do I really care about 6 Protector? No. Unlimited Power is an interesting one because it does give us that Morello that we can play for, but I don't really need a lot of these other items. Then I get Trickster's Treat. I talked about this last video. I took it last video, actually. This is another one of my just favorite new augments where you get this Trickster's Glass, and then it just keeps spawning more units. And so I said, you know what? I'm not taking 1 buff, 2 buff. I'm just going to take Trickster's Treat here. I can throw this onto my Rakan, get another Rakan. The main thing I wanted to figure out is, does the clone actually proc Protector, the clone that gets summoned? Because I believe this second version does. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy, when he drops low, is going to grant a shield. I guess we can watch. Yeah, he got a little bit of a shield when he dropped low, unless that was him getting Malphite's shield. Maybe that's him getting his own shield. I don't know. It's so hard with Protectors. I was trying to look at the shields, but there's so many just shields going around between everyone. I do actually, at some point, I check the just the units shielded. I just look in like the damage recap there, which is a nice way to check it out. But what I really want to know is, does the extra copy that gets spawned get the Protector shield when he drops below 50% HP? Because if so, this is like not broken, but like kind of broken. So yeah, pretty interesting. This guy's got Supreme Cell and Sorcerer here. It's cool that Supreme Cell is like a 2-3-4. So I love traits like this that are always just like slowly amping up. So promotes a little bit more flexibility. You can decide to say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to add in like one little Supreme Cell unit and live with it. They do have a pretty cool, they already hit Karma, and they're playing around this Lucian 3 that they got. They actually just rolled for this. Yeah, Lucian 3 just straight up rolled, and it's like a mech reroll idea from them, which is pretty cool. The mech gets stronger with the number of, like 3-starred units that you have. All your star upgrades are making your mech a little bit tankier. So hitting the Lucian, maybe there's some kind of mech reroll comp. I mean, we're in the wild, wild west here for the new set. There's, who knows what any of this stuff will be, if it's good, if it's bad, whatever. Off carousel here, I want to either take like a tank item here, so I can take like a Warmogs. I don't end up being able to take that, so I just take the Chain Vest here. And I'm like, okay, I could take Sunfire Cape here. This will guarantee my heal cut, which I am also lacking right now. And so it's also just a good slam to continue streak here. I get to level up here, get the Shen in for Bastion, which, I mean, I don't really have a good level up here, but Bastion to provide to my entire board, I think is like pretty decent here. And he does get the Crew in, which doesn't really do much because I have all these units. I don't have any of these units 3 stars, but it provides a very small amount of stats to Malphite and to Shen. So I guess that's something. Not really, but not. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. And I also sell off the Rakan here because I'm like, I'm not going to roll anymore this game. I'm just going to push fast 8, maybe fast 9 if I can keep my streak up, honestly, just because, I mean, I am 100 streaking at this point. I mean, it's just the Kennan is clearing everything, and that is our next Kennan here. I get the power snacks here, can use this onto Rakan here. I mean, I'm obviously not going to take Inner Fire. Yeah, you do more damage, or you take less damage for burning enemies, but like it gives you a Sunfire. It's really cool though. Like, what if I hadn't built Sunfire and I was like lacking a Sunfire? I throw this onto a unit, I get Inner Fire. The interesting thing though is like I'll have to move this later. There's so many interesting ideas with these. I think Unstoppable is probably fine. I think I just take Regenerative, heal every 3 seconds, and all healing is increased, because Rakan does have a heal onto him, so you kind of get to double dip. You get that extra healing from Regenerative, and you get that extra healing from Rakan. Oh, also, where is it? Because is there? Yeah! I didn't notice this until they were talking about it on stream later, but there is also this view full button, which gives you all the numbers. I wish I didn't even realize this on the playtest, but yeah, they talked about it on the stream today after Worlds, where they said, they basically just said, yeah, you can click that button and it'll show you like all the in-depth stuff. Oh, and also Worlds. Dude, that World Championship final was crazy. If you guys missed it, I'm gonna have some recaps up. I had a blast streaming on the co-stream with John Sandman. He was super hype, and he's somebody who he's dipped his toes in TFT, but he's not like as like super, like, oh, okay, these are all the different lines. This is the broken augment with this, so it was really fun just like talking through the lines with him and explaining, this is what each player is going for. This is what they're trying to play for, and I mean, Checkmate was. It was insane. I have never seen a final like that before. That was crazy. And I bet if you're one of the players, insanely nerve-wracking, actually. But I mean, that was a blast. So I'm gonna edit down some of those stream VODs and put them on the channel over the next few days. I might try. I want to say I'm gonna try to get one out today, which is tomorrow from when I'm recording this. But like low-key, I'm probably not gonna be able to. All right. Level up here, and I'm just like, you know what? I can just play another Kennan here. And I also got all these damage items. I can actually move some of these items over to someone else. I get 3 Supreme Cell in here. I am really afraid that I'm going to make this Kennan. I did this once on PvE, and I think if you make this Kennan the hero augment, maybe they fixed the bug, but when I did it on playtest, it popped off the the upgrade, which I really do not want to pop off the power up because I really like all the AP that we've stacked up here. But I get the items down, get the Gwinsus, get the Gunblade down. My idea is I'm just going to finish an extra item here. So I think, do I go JG here? And I'm like, I'll just put the Void Staff on the extra Kennan. Yeah, I go JG here. I don't know. I could have done a lot of different stuff here because the Void Staff on Kennan, I mean, it's fine. And yeah, and then I just make Shojin here and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to play a secondary carry with these items. I could have gone Archangels, I guess, but I thought that was going to make like my other, then I would have been left with Glove Sword, which is like really awkward. So yeah. Augments here. I see a Protector Augment and I say, you want Combat Star Protector shield themselves and their closest ally for 40% of the max HP, and then the shield stack. So it also gives us another Rakan here, which like I start around this point to be like, oh, should I be like going for Rakan 3? Like I sold that extra Rakan earlier, but I mean, now I have 5 Rakans. I could go for it. Maybe I'll just find it randomly on level, but I realize Kennan is not a ranged unit at all, right? Kennan is a melee unit, so I have to move the Kennan that I'm holding these items on up to the front line. I don't really have anyone better to hold them. I could put them onto a Janna 1, but that doesn't seem amazing. So I'm like, you know what? I'll keep this on the Kennan. I will live with this, even if it's a tad bit awkward here. And we're level 8, we're streaking. I have no reason to roll a bunch here, right? I could look for 6 Protector was the main thing I was thinking about, but like, that's going to make my board a bit stronger. Honestly, I should just chill here and push 9 in this spot because I'm going to still win some of the fights. And, you know, if I end up losing a fight, okay, whatever. I see this Ari who I'm thinking, okay, maybe Ari's going to be my sorcerer. I sell her for now, but I'm like, yeah, she'll come back. Oh, and I do find Twisted Fate here who gets me the crew back in, which is completely fake here. And I drop down from 2 Supreme Cell to from 3 to 2 Supreme Cell. But Twisted Fate, I wanted to play him because he does every few rounds, he kind of generates these like loot cards. You'll see the animation that he does, but it's really cool. He summons a loot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put the TF in. Maybe I can farm some extra stuff. This is one of my first times actually playing the TF, so I really wasn't sure like how much loot does TF actually generate, and you'll see as we play throughout this game. But you can see board's still doing quite well. We clear this guy here with the TF in, so maximum greed occurring here, and I mean now we are guaranteed to be able to go to level 9 here. See the frying pan, there's not actually... Well, it definitely doesn't build out of Pan, the protectors, if there is one at all. I'm not actually sure if there even is one at all. I have not memorized them all yet. Someone's going to be in the comments like, oh, yeah, obviously, I memorized them all the second the tactics.tools came out, which, okay, if you did that, you're a beast. All right, whatever. Pick up Cloak here because I need a tank item component at this point. I don't have that much as far as tank items. I get my 6th Rakan, so I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe Rakan 3. And I also do pick up the Akali, who's a pretty cool... kind of like executioner style carry, like the melee. I mean, I guess Akali's always melee. Ranged Akali would be wild. And I'm like, you know what? She does magic damage. She's probably going to be pretty good onto this board. I am also trying to figure out what else I should fit on this board. You can fit, I think at some point about playing like Rise because he adds a lot of good traits to this board. He'd be executioner for Akali. He would mentor the entire board with his mentor bonus, which I talked about last video. It kind of buffs up your entire team if you play 1 mentor, or if you play 4 mentors, they become selfish and only buff up themselves, which is, that's such a cool, so many cool trait ideas this set. I think they knocked it out of the park with the trait design, honestly. And we can see my TF did a red card and then generated nothing. I don't know exactly how this TF works. Like sometimes he'll like take a few rounds and do something, but like, yeah, I don't know if it's like every 3 rounds or if sometimes he'll give you stuff after 1 round, but he was, I mean, we've played this TF for 2 rounds and he's done absolutely nothing. And especially after losing the last fight, I was like, dude, maybe I should have played just 3 Supreme Cells and gone for the win there. But taking a loss is still not the end of the world. I don't really mind because I'm 84 gold here. Level 8, I'm going to win this fight as well against the Lucian player. This Kennan is just doing work here. Oh yeah, I try to pull this up to see, you know, is someone else. And yeah, there we finally get 3 gold, which I guess I got 1 gold for each round I played TF, which thinking back on it sounds pretty worthless. We have Braum here, who's someone I'm really excited to play. I'm like, okay, maybe I can fit Braum. Braum just feels so good because of the amount of CC he provides. And he also does this kind of win more thing where if you're winning fights, you heal basically 2 HP, a little bit more than 2 HP every single fight, where he gives you these poros that tank for you. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can play around him. We are also getting close. Only 3 rounds off Kennan 4. So I'm going to level up here, play the ROM, get Bastion in, roll down here, see if, I mean, maybe, hey, we can pick something else. I'm looking for still 6 Protector here, which I needed to find Nico to get. And so now that I have Nico, I'm just gonna cut both of these guys and play 6 Protector, which is gonna make me a lot tankier. And then tank items wise, I'm like, I kind of wanted to build a last damage item here, but I'm going to be forced to just build 2 tank items. Might as well build a Declaw Bramble Vest here and then put those onto the unit with the Trickster's Glass and just make one big tank that also, you know, splits into other tanks. Maybe you could even put the Sunfire on it and just play for super tank. But yeah, this is the crew, by the way. You can see when they get to higher level, this ship summons and he starts just shooting missiles at your entire team. It's actually, it's pretty sick, honestly. But it's level 9. I'm going to continue to roll down here. I do find the R here where I'm like, at least this will give me 2 Star Guardian for my board, which is pretty fake, but it's not completely fake. I do find a Kali 2 on the way, which I'm like, it's meh. And I do also at this point cut the Kennan because an extra Kennan's fine, but Zyra, talked about in the last video, Zyra is so good on just any late game board. So she gets a plant, you can put that front line or back line, and then when she casts, she provides your entire team attack speed that scales off her AP. It starts at like 80% and then scales up. So right now she's probably granting my entire team like 90% or 100% attack speed. It's crazy. It only lasts for like 4 seconds, but still, I mean, that's a lot of attack speed to get. I mean, you were always excited to play this unit, and you can use the plant as a frontliner or as a backliner. I see the Seraphine who I could fit in for like 3 Star Guardian, and yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I just opt to do this because it is 3 Star Guardian. It should be pretty good here. She should also spread the Void Staff pretty well here. I also, yeah, finally, it took me a while, but I'm finally going to move these items over, move Sunfire over to just a secondary tank, and then put these onto a Rakan here. So yeah, just try to make the biggest Rakan possible, which I am getting near Rakan 3. I will say I'm starting to lose fights this stage just because Rakan, I mean, it's a Rakan 2, and it's stage 5. You probably shouldn't be tanking Rakan 2 at stage 5, so I do start to lose a few fights, but I mean, not the end of the world. I'm feeling pretty fine. 38 HP, level 9, so a lot of gold left here. Item-wise here, I'm just looking for a last Seraphine item. This is Prodigy, and yeah, this is what I was looking at. Is Prodigy is kind of the dynamo of this set. It provides mana to your entire team, and so I'm like, okay, if I get Prodigy in, that's going to be mana to my entire team, and you know, it's going to give me even more mana to my Seraphine, who's going to start casting more. I take blue buff for her just to get her casting more, because I feel like I just want her to cast as quickly as possible, and boom, there is the Kennan 4. Okay, I'm of 2 minds in this spot, by the way, because I'm like, okay, I'm 38 HP. I just hit Kennan 4. That should be a huge spike. I could roll here for my, 2-star frontliners, or I can just say, you know what? I'm just going to chill here, see how strong my board is, and if I start losing, then okay. Oh yeah, Ryze is also, man, this Ryze has so many traits on this board. He's also strategist. Yeah, that's the thing with Janna, which is kind of, it's like a reprint almost of Strategist, gives shield and damage amp. I think that's actually what it gave exactly before. So yeah, it's a reprint of Strategist. But yeah, I fight this guy who is the crew guy again, who's hit almost everything. Also, I love this top 4. This top 4 animation. But yeah, I lose to the crew guy, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, he has hit a lot of crew breakpoints. Maybe I do have to roll a little bit here, especially because I hit Seraphine pair here. And I read Zyra again. I'm like, oh, it's so much attack speed. Like, should I really be playing the Seraphine over Zyra? Like, I'm definitely, if I hit like Zyra 2, going to play for it, but all good. We'll see where the rest of the game goes. But we rotate into this guy here. This is, oh yeah, this is a Crystal Rose. I think it's called Crystal Rose, Crystal something. Who it's a crazy loot trait. This person has farmed so much loot actually at this point. It's farming even more, 360, 370, almost 400 stacks. Oh my god, they actually, yeah, they just clear me there because their board's so strong. And I'm like, wait a minute, am I actually at risk of bot 4ing? And so in hindsight, yeah, probably should have rolled for at least like Cassante too to get a little bit more frontline, because that would have saved me a lot of pain here. Also, I hit this triple Gwen shot, which I'm like, what? I mean, it's probably better than Ari, right? I lose some Star Guardian, but I do gain a Gwen too, who could hold items, and I'm like, okay, maybe. Also pick up another Rakan here, and I pick up Rakan 3 here, so I'm like, okay, there's Rakan 3. That feels pretty good. I still probably want to find Cassante 2, but then I get Cassante 2 from Orb, and I'm like, wait, maybe we are back here. Maybe we're hard chilling in this spot here. Pick up the Gwen here, and I'm like, okay, I guess I can just take like Gwen item here. I think I take like Adaptive Helm here, which Adaptive Helm's cool now, where before it said, frontline or backline, that determines it. Now it's based on the unit's role. So because Gwen is not a tank, she is going to get the extra mana generation, or it's extra damage actually on her. And I'm like, you know what? Might as well just move all these items over to Gwen, make her a beast here, get her just snipping, shredding DMR, and just doing good work here. This is a different player who's not actually playing the crew, but it's playing some kind of like Xayah reroll setup here, which I think we should be fine with. Yeah, that Kennan Shuriken's going to do a lot of work. And yeah, this fight was scary for a sec, but we clear them. Another player goes down, so we're in the top 3, and I'm like, okay. I think I was thinking of going 10 here, and then I was like, wait, this game's about to be over. Look at the lobby HP. I need to roll down here and try to find some kind of 2-star Zyra 2 or Seraphine 2. Actually, yeah, don't hold that. I completely skipped that Zyra. I just realized, but I end up getting Zyra 2 anyway. Can move Zyra up, throw the Shojin onto her. Once again, look at that 106 attack speed for my entire team when she casts. So Shojin onto her is going to be great, and hopefully that can be enough to clear out. But I see Gwen's taking a lot of damage. Man, I mean, this really ramped up crew comp is crazy. The missiles are doing so much damage, plus the Ziggs damage. I try to clutch it out, but my Kennan can't clutch it, so it's a top 3, almost a top 2. I just need a little bit more HP for the top 2, but a really fun board, really fun new Prismatic Augment. It is so sick. I love playing around it, and yeah, just loving this set in general. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch and Metafy, all my links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks always for watching.